Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. This is the course tour video for Music 110, Survey of Audio Music Technologies and Their Applications. My name is Clint McCallum. I am your tour host. I am also the instructor of this class. So really the purpose of this video is just to familiarize you with the Brightspace course page and for me to talk a little bit about navigating Brightspace and how I have set it up so that everything will go really smoothly for you. All right, so here we are on the course homepage. You can expect announcements to be posted here weekly about due dates for assignments, and also about if we happen to be meeting synchronously, I will be posting announcements here. Typically, when you log in, you'll check the announcements. You will then head down to the calendar where assignment due dates will be listed so that you can be up to date on all of that and know what's coming up. And then you'll go straight to the Content tab. So here we are in the Content tab. This is where you're going to be accessing all of the materials for this class. This is also where you'll have a portal to all of the assignments, to all of the discussions, all of that. So even though assignments and discussions and quizzes and all of that are up here at this top banner, just all of those things can be accessed directly from the Content tab. So just don't worry about these other things. Just go straight to Content. All right, so here we are in the Content tab. This gives you the overview of the course. This is the description of the class taken from the college-wide course description. Let's go straight down to table of contents and see. Let's look at all the stuff that's here. All right, so you've already gotten this far because you're watching this video. Here in the Getting Started tab, in the Getting Started bit of the contents, you're watching this video, and then I have included all of these resources and information that is provided by the college, and this is all of this stuff is is important information for you to look at in regards to online learning. These are resources and information that are provided in every online class. So a lot of this stuff, if you've taken an online class before at CCBC, then you have seen this information before. Go through this information. Some important things to pay attention to here. First off would be if you are having any sort of technical issues, particularly with Brightspace and other technology-based things that aren't really specific to this class, that are more about getting access to the internet, navigating Brightspace, those types of issues, you should contact the CCBC help desk, and they will help you with those issues. All right, so that's what's here in the Getting Started section. Important information having to do with online learning in general on the CCBC campus. Now let's look at course-specific information. So I'm going to move on down through our table of contents to the syllabus for this class. So here is our syllabus. In this class, you need to make sure that you have one personal computer onto which you can download software from the web. You need to make sure that you have headphones, preferably like a decent pair of headphones. And we can talk later. We can talk later about what sorts of headphones you should be looking for. But I would recommend some earmuff headphones for yourself. All right. This class will be a combination of synchronous and asynchronous learning. I will be posting the schedule of when we are meeting on Microsoft Teams and when we are not. You can expect to meet on Microsoft Teams really in times when we're going to be working on creative projects, and the idea is to share our work with one another and brainstorm. So you will also be meeting on Microsoft Teams to present your projects. So I'll be posting a calendar of what weeks we're going to be meeting on Microsoft Teams. Otherwise, you will be accessing everything asynchronously through the Brightspace page. All right, so I'm skipping down through the syllabus, but make sure to read all of the syllabus in detail on your own. A syllabus is like a contract between myself, the instructor, and you, the student. So it's really important to know what are the expectations that I have of you, but also what are the expectations that you can have of me. So make sure to read this in close detail. But I'm really going to skip to really probably the most important bit, which is how are you being graded? How are you being evaluated? So your final grade is distributed in the following way. So there are 4 creative projects that you're going to do. There are some participation-based discussion posts. There are some listening assignments where you listen to music and reflect on that music, and then there's a short research paper. So let me talk about each of those in detail right now. Every week, you will be submitting a discussion post. This happens every week, so just get used to making sure that you submit a discussion post each week. What is going to be asked of you in the discussion posts are to post and to comment on somebody else's post. So you need to make sure that you do both. So what I'll some weeks I'll be asking you to make sure that you make your discussion post sometime in the middle of the week so that everyone has time to then come back and read everyone else's posts to then comment. Because if everyone is trying to post at midnight on Sunday, then it's going to be difficult to have for people to come up with thoughtful comments in response to other people's posts. It's very important to me as a teacher that these discussion boards are about dialogue and about sharing things with one another. So that's why I'm asking you to do a lot of commenting. And I've found that in the past that when you receive comments from colleagues, from peers, this can be really useful, really, really, really helpful to you in your creative projects and your thinking about these issues. Okay, we've got 4 creative projects. a field recording project, a sound collage project, a song project, and a final project. Each of those projects, you will be creating music. You'll be creating recordings of music that you made, and you will be submitting those recordings along with a short paper about your experience to Brightspace. You will also be we will also be listening to each other's projects. So you will be, in a sense, performing them for the rest of the people in the class. You'll be near the end of the semester. So what I just talked about were the 4 creative projects: field recording, sound collage, song, and final project. You'll be near the end of the semester, you'll be submitting a short research paper, and that's the Greats writing assignment. And throughout the semester, you will be submitting short listening assignments. These are like 500 word or 250 word reflective responses on music that I'm going to be asking you to listen to. So that's how your grade is accumulating. You're going to do a discussion post every week. You've got 4 larger creative projects that you're going to be working on. You have a research paper, and then some listening assignments where you get to listen to music that I've assigned. So if you look at the course schedule, you can get a sense of how all of those assignments that I just discussed interrelate to one another. So, for example, the field recording project, where you're going to be working on recording sound, this comes due in Module 4 or Week 4. But the 2 listening assignments that come before that are about getting you ready. They're sort of about giving you some inspiration on how to do your field recording assignment. So the first 3 weeks really lead up into and are about giving you all of the tools you need to be successful on the field recording project. The same thing happens after the field recording project is done. We have some listening assignments that are about preparing you for the sound collage project, getting you inspired for the sound collage project, and then you turn in the sound collage project. So even though each of these modules are separate, we've got a set of tasks that are just for that particular week, it's important to remember, and I'll be reminding everyone as we go, that we're always building up towards a creative project that we want to be working on and thinking about over the course of several weeks. And that's true throughout the semester. So once you're done with the sound collage project, now you're thinking about the song project, which is a creative project where you're going to be composing with MIDI. Once you're done with that, we're going to bring everything together for your final project, which is going to be your magnum opus, where you combine all of the techniques that you learned and practiced in the first 3 projects. Okay, so notice that we've got that a lot of the work that you're going to be doing in here is creative work. You are going to be making music. You're going to be composing music throughout. The music that you're creating and composing is going to be also in creating and composing that music. You're going to be practicing techniques and concepts that are specific and important to audio and music technology. Okay, great. So let's move on to look at what one of these modules looks like, and I'll talk about those to give you a sense of what you're going to do on a weekly basis. So here we are. So each week you'll come to the new module, and each week will look very similar. I will introduce the module to you, have a sort of introductory thing once we get deeper into the class, it'll try to sort of make connections between what we've learned so far, and look ahead to what we're about to do. And then it will give you a set of tasks that you must complete by the end of the week. These tasks will typically be watch a lecture video, complete some sort of activity. Sorry, I should say watch a lecture video, take a lecture quiz, complete some sort of activity, perhaps submit a listening assignment or something like that, and do a discussion post. I've provided these helpful checklists here, so you can kind of check boxes of each task once you've completed, and this is like a way for you to kind of stay on top of things and keep everything organized in your own brain. Okay, so let me just say a couple things about these lecture quizzes. Each week, there will be a lecture quiz. On this first week, the quiz is about what you're listening to right now, the course tour quiz. So basically, the quiz is going to be testing your retention of reading the syllabus and watching this video and looking at the getting started information. This week, the quiz is 10 questions long. You must get a 100% score on this quiz in order to move on to the next module. You can take the quiz an unlimited amount of times. Okay? All future quizzes after this first one are going to be 5 questions long, and they will be quizzes that are just about the lecture of that week. None of these quizzes affect your grade. None of these quizzes affect your course grade. But you must get a score of 100% in order to move on to the next module. Each of these quizzes you can take an unlimited amount of time. Okay? So I will not be looking at your scores, but in order for you to stay on top of things in the class, you need to make sure that you have paid attention to the lecture video and that you were able to get all the questions right. I would recommend, each time that you are watching a lecture video, just have the quiz open. I have always, in each of the lecture quizzes, the questions come in the order in which they are presented in the lecture. So these lecture quizzes I'm not intending for them to be, for me, I'm not trying to be a stickler. I'm trying to make this as smooth as possible. I just want to make sure that you are engaged with the lecture content and that you have something to sort of test, to make sure that you are absorbing it and that you don't have any questions about any content. So each week there is a lecture quiz, 5 questions long. It is testing your retention of the lecture content. You can take it an unlimited amount of times. You must get 100% in order to move on to the next module. Then, like I've been saying, you've got a discussion post that you're going to be posting each week, and you can access the discussion board directly from this learning module. So here, this is our first discussion. You'll be posting some information about yourself, introducing yourself to the rest of us, and you're going to be sharing some music with us, like music that you're really into right now. So for example, if I just click here, it gives you all of the instructions for the discussion. You will start a new thread, and you will say, "Hi, my name is so and so. This is this type of, this is this band that I'm really into, or whatever right now. This is why I like them." You will post that discussion by Wednesday, and then you'll kind of come back later in the week, read some other people's posts and listen to the music that they're really into, and post a comment in response to some music that you hadn't heard before, where you kind of talk about why you think, where you basically just say, talk about your own personal responses to that music that this other person is really into. And so once you've completed your discussion post and you've completed the course and you've gotten 100% on the course tour quiz, module 2 will open up for you, and you'll go through the same process next week. Sometimes there will be additional listening assignments. Sometimes there will be additional activities that will be put in there. But really, each week you're going to have about 4 or 5 tasks to complete, and you will access them all from the modules here in the content page. This is where you'll have a window to all the discussion boards, to all of the assignments, etc. So everything is accessible right through here. All right, I think that sets you up with enough information to complete this quiz. Make sure that you read the syllabus in detail and take the quiz, and also make sure that you watch the introductions video where I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk much more about like music and kind of get us started and ready for the content next week. So there's another lecture over there. It should be short. I'm looking forward to this class with everybody. I'm particularly looking forward to listening to the creative work that you do. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.